What's up, YouTube? Outside the garage, watching my son on his bike. And I am smoking some of my B3 Virginia Flake in the Mod Piper Metal Ear collaboration, my design. I'm smoking it in this because it's still just a tad bit damp, and with it being Virginia's, the possibility of tongue bite is real. So taking every precaution that I can to prevent that. By smoking it in a system, calabash, whatever. I realize that I don't have any Virginia reverse calabashes except for this pipe. So I'll have to get on making one of those. But as you can see, it's burning pretty nice. And the flavor on it is really good. It's the sweet hay notes. I talked to Clint for a while, and at first we thought that maybe I had created some type of Cavendish just because the tobacco leaves got wet. If you don't know, so Cavendish is made whenever you steam the tobacco leaves for an extended period of time, 10, 12 hours. You can stop when they're brown and have brown Cavendish that's not quite as sweet, or you can go until it's a real black Cavendish and get that sweet black Cavendish that we all know, BCAs and stuff like that, right? Well, that's not what I did. I was stoving the Virginias and the bag popped and water got in and soaked them. So then I let it dry. I finished I drained the water out of the bag, and I arranged the bag that I could finish the stoving process. It was almost done. But it was only back, it was in the water for like 30 minutes or something after it popped. So then I pulled them out and I let them dry. Well, first I put it in a new food saver bag and I sucked as much of the moisture out as possible. Then I let them dry for a little bit, and then I put them in a pan and flattened them out in the pan and put it in the oven at my lowest temperature with the door propped open with a metal whisk handle so that the steam could come out. And then every 30-45 minutes I would reach in and I would stir and flip them around so the ones that were getting crispy on the top would be moved. And once I got them pretty close to being dry, then I started throwing them in the press using the magic juice. Just pretty much soaked them again. And then pressed it with, I think I pressed it with more PSI than what is required. It's only required to have like equivalent of 50 pounds. They'll use like one milk jug full of water, maybe two, and they put it in, they put the Cavendish between like this levered press with books on it or something, you know, and then the long arm on the press and hanging a couple of milk jugs, and it presses it together and presses the leaves together and turns it into Cavendish. Well, I put mine in the press instead, and then it was in the press for 21 days. It was under more pressure for longer than Cavendish is made. So, you know, kind of thought, hey, maybe I discovered a new way to make Cavendish, which is not my goal at all, but good to know. But I laid all the flakes out on a baking sheet, on like one of those, the baking racks to cool your pies or whatever. I started letting it dry out. I took some better pictures that I'll put in here with the lights on. And you can see it's not quite as black as it looked originally. And as it dries out, the color lightens up a little bit. It smells sweet, but it smells like sweet wet hay. And it has more of a hay smell than it does anything else. And the drier it gets, the better and hayier, if that's a word, it smells. It tastes like sweet Virginias to me. Like, it doesn't have quite the citrusy note that the Sutliff Virginia Slices has. It might be me, and it might be one of the Virginias that I smoked in this before, because I use this a lot with Virginias, or I did. But it's a very sweet hay. Not sweet and hay. It's a sweet hay. And very, very slight citrus flavor. It's really good. I don't know if I'm going to try to replicate this just the way I did it by getting it wet next time, but it's really good. I know I already posted 2 videos today. The Latakia Flake one and the 250 sub gall. But just wanted to give first impressions on this one too. Because I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this was really good. I don't know if I'm gonna repeat the process of soaking the tobacco leaves next time. I guess I'll try to make it again without wetting the leaves and then see what the difference is in the flavor. Probably do a small batch. I won't do a pound again. Probably do like 100 grams. Try it and see. And if it's just as good as this, then there's no need to wet the leaves, because that was total by accident. But if it doesn't, then I might just repeat the process. This is pretty good. This doesn't remind me of Cavendish at all. No, it's just a really good sweet hay and citrus flavor. Yeah. That's all I got. Just wanted to jump on and give y'all quick impressions. We'll go over it again whenever I have a briar. And I'll be sending it out to some people because I'd like to get some impressions from somebody else. So,
Daddy, I can't see it. I got it, Daddy.
okay, thank you.
How does
So-
it hurt?
Yeah,
How does it hurt?
that's all I got. Got to get back to cleaning up the garage. Y'all keep them full, and rolling. Bagpiper out.